Good day. Thank you very much for joining me on this platform. My name is Dr. Charlie, TSBD, the Small Business Doctor. Before we proceed with today's show, why don't we commit just a few seconds to look into the crucial importance of our environment? We prioritize entrepreneurship with sustainability. So please just hang in there, we'll soon be done. Indeed, our environment is of paramount importance. Whatever you do as an entrepreneur in agriculture, mining, construction, transport, retail, trading, wholesaling, or services, we encourage you to practice entrepreneurship with sustainability and pass on this environment in good stead to future generations for better use. That's exactly what we do with all our brands: VCCI, EIZ, SBGZ, SFS, and SBGA. Just marvel at the fluffy clouds on high, the beautiful waterfalls, and of course the still waters, the amazing duck swimming across the land, the cattle and the deer grazing. Above is the beautiful scenic Xmas Pass in Mutare, Manicaland, Zimbabwe. My name is Dr. Charlie. I want to encourage you to avoid cutting trees and polluting our cities, but practice entrepreneurship with sustainability. Thank you for listening and enjoy your show. Good day. Greetings to you, Zimbabwe. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time that you are watching this podcast. Welcome to Center for High School Business Enterprise, CHSBE. My name is Dr. Charlie, and I'm the lead consultant for CHBSE. Our payoff line is advancing high school entrepreneurship. I'm excited today to be bringing this news to all our Zimbabwean educators. So if you are a Zimbabwean educator in our high school, this message is for you. Just hang in there. We will not take that much of a time. Well, I'm excited because we are introducing this new innovation in our high school. I'm talking about a program which we call High School Business Enterprise. High School Business Enterprise, HSBE. Before I run down the objective, let me quickly capture what is happening in our global economies. Our 21st century world and global markets are characterized by much complexity and dynamism. Sadly, worst hit include the labor market, which continues to shrink. Gone are the days whereby earning a college diploma or university degree will secure you employment. It is disheartening, especially in developing economies, and our very own Zimbabwean economy is a classic case where we continue to witness our highly educated graduates from college and universities going for over 3, 5, even 10 years without securing employment. It is indeed a sorry state as we continue to see the bright future of our young college and university graduates being shattered and collapsed by this complexity and dynamism in the macro environment. Recognizing this said state, our own education, that is both primary, secondary, as well as higher and tertiary education, have since introduced some reforms. You will agree with me that in our secondary education, we now have this course, business enterprise, taking a prominent state in the education curricula. And from Form 3 to Form 6, most of them are now doing business enterprise. In our colleges and universities, we have Education 5.0, and the message is clear. That is central in our curricula is the crucial importance of teaching entrepreneurship, creativity, innovation, which should lead to new venture startup, commercialization, and industrialization. As a result, many of our colleges and universities are now making entrepreneurship mandatory. This is quite commendable. Even our colleges and universities, they themselves, they have now increased their focus and thrust, carrying out a number of college-wide or university-wide entrepreneurship ventures. But of course, these are institution founded and institution owned and institution run. Here and there, you also see the student body being involved in a number of these college or university operated, owned new ventures. But here is the knowledge gap, which is quite objective from our own assessment. We do not as yet have many colleges and universities which are actually having student founded new ventures. I'm talking about students at our colleges, students at our universities actually coming up with their own new businesses, such that by the time they graduate, they would have actually founded their own businesses, which they can then continue to upscale. Carefully listen to what I've said. I have said not many of our colleges and universities have reached this stage. In other words, only a few. If we go to the high school stage, certainly I cannot think of any high school which is doing this. Let us look at the pedagogy. It is indeed commendable that we have introduced business enterprise in our curricula, entrepreneurship at higher education, business enterprise at high school. But when you look at the pedagogy, our teaching is still historical, where we are delivering lessons, delivering lectures. The black box there, and indeed the elephant in the room, is the paucity or the lack of practical coaching and mentorship. I'm sure you can now see the problem that we have on hand. Yes, we've introduced business enterprise. Yes, we've introduced entrepreneurship at college and university, business enterprise in high schools. But the pedagogy is still lacking. Coaching and mentorship is still lacking. This is the gap that we are addressing and which I am excited to share with all our high school educators. We are introducing the High School Business Enterprise Program, HSBE, High School Business Enterprise Program, HSBE. Now let us quickly run down the objective. The primary objective of this innovation is to foster high school entrepreneurship via coaching and mentoring Form 3 to Form 6 high school students to start their own businesses. The name of the program to capture again, it is High School Business Enterprise Program, HSBE. HSBEP. Let us look at the program outline. It is understanding new venture creation. So we do have a comprehensive program through which we shall be practically coaching Form 3s to Form 6 how they can start their new ventures. Obviously, in terms of the modalities, we will be working with the high school and key contact high school teachers, where we'll then run down or walk through these students, for example, through HSB clubs. It could be on a Monday or on a Thursday, and then we have our key persons visiting these schools and then coaching those students that will have shown interest in wanting to have this basic understanding about entrepreneurship and interest in being coached and mentored to start their own business. Naturally, it cannot be mandatory. We don't envisage that all schools at any secondary or high school must enroll in this program, but we would work with those that would volunteer and, of course, those that will get the support of their parents. For argument's sake, it would be good if we could have a minimum number of 35 students per secondary school or high school, 35 students per school. Why am I saying 35 students? So that we can have 5 groups. We want to coach these students into groups, each group having 7 people, each group having 7 students, so that they can play different roles. For example, the managing director, the finance director, the HR director, the marketing director, the operations director, and of course, other committee members. So we would want a group having 7 students, meaning 5 groups. So 5 groups per school will be 5 times 7, 35. But of course, if we can have 50 students volunteering, that would be great. If we can have 100 students volunteering, that would be great. The next thing in the program outline, besides understanding new venture creation, is leadership development. Leadership development. So we are not only going to coach and mentor these high school students, equipping them with skills regarding how they can start their new business, but we are also going to groom them leadership. So we'll be taking them through a number of leadership training workshops. The next thing in our program outline is community development. We are very much seized and interested in impacting community development skills and knowledge and consciousness in our high school students. This is again a knowledge gap that from our own survey is lacking, where our high school students tend to have limited understanding of their crucial importance in as far as being relevant to their immediate community. So this is a program that we are again going to be delivering to our students under the high school business enterprise. It entails giving them the knowledge about what is community development, and then it culminates in our students actually in their groups coming up with different community projects which they themselves as students shall lead. And this includes undergoing fundraising so that they can actually fund these different community development projects. What we envisage is students from different high schools actually addressing pertinent real life community problems or challenges in their communities. It could be urban center communities or high density communities or rural communities. What we are saying is we want these students undergoing this high school business enterprise to identify pertinent community challenges and then suggest solutions. And then these students will go on to fundraise so that they can address these very same community challenges or problems they would have identified. The next important thing on our program outline is not only empowering high school students in respect of entrepreneurship, but this is also empowering the high schools. Now, you and I know very well that when we are at higher and tertiary education, it is common to talk about university spin offs. These are entrepreneurial ventures which are, of course, founded courtesy of the knowledge that is inherent at university. But who says we can't have high school spin offs? Is it difficult for our high schools to actually also have their spin off? I'm talking of new ventures emerging out of high schools. Who said creativity and innovation is a monopoly of college and university students and their lecturers, and that we don't have creativity and innovation at secondary level, be it Form 3, Form 4, or Form 5, Form 6? Of course not. Let us look at the COVID 19 era. When we had COVID 19, didn't we have quite a number of secondary and high schools actually venturing into some kind of project? Some turning their domestic science and some turning their garment manufacturing masks. Some having their laboratories manufacturing what you call it sanitizer. This is a classic example. So, what I'm saying is this high school business enterprise also has a specific outline for which we are going to empower the high school itself as an institution. This is whereby our Center for High School Business Enterprise is going to provide entrepreneurship advisory services to the high school itself so that it can come up with a number of new ventures which are founded by the high school, owned by the high school. This includes capacitating this high school in terms of top-notch research. This also includes capacitating and supporting the high school in terms of competing for global grants. Time and again, there are global grants there, some of which actually favor these high school educational institutions. This also includes capacitating these high schools to network them globally so that they have key contacts globally. This is the importance of high school business enterprise program. I want to believe you are really getting excited as you are beginning to understand what this new innovation is all about, which of course as Entrepreneurship Institute of Zimbabwe, who actually owns the Center for High School Business Enterprise, has come up with, for which myself as Dr. Charlie, I am the lead consultant. Now let us look at the High School Business Enterprise Program leadership structure. At the national level, we shall have a national administrator and their team, appointed, of course, by EIZ. Provincial structure. For each province, we are going to have a provincial administrator and their deputy, head of development and their deputy, head of marketing and their deputy, head of finance and their deputy, and 4 committee members. This makes a total of 12 student body. In other words, this is a 12-member leadership team entirely made up of students themselves. Now, this 12-member leadership team is going to be elected. And those who qualify to be elected, we are starting from Form 4, Form 5, Form 6. So Form 4, Form 5, Form 6, you are eligible to be elected into this 12-member provincial leadership student team that is going to drive entrepreneurship development under the brand of high school business enterprise in that particular province. And you know very well that we have 10 provinces. So it means we are going to have 12 per province, and you are looking at a total of 120 students who are going to undergo this coaching and mentorship, grooming them into competent, creative, conscious leaders in Zimbabwe. I'm really getting excited as I begin to realize the great potential that this high school business enterprise program does have, and the significant impact it is going to have in our immediate community and, of course, national economy. Let us move on. Community development is another program which I have since mentioned, but let us move on. So, as we come to a conclusion, let me talk about the tenure of the provincial leadership. The provincial leadership will have a maximum tenure of 3 years. What it means is that no provincial student leader is going to serve in the provincial council for more than 3 years. They can serve for the first year, and at the end of the first year, the provincial council are obviously going to give their annual report, resign, and there are going to be elections, and they are eligible for re-election. If they are re-elected, they will lead for the second year, and then again produce their annual reports, resign, and again seek re-election. If they are re-elected, they'll again run for the second year, and finally for the third year. For any student to actually serve the provincial council for 3 years, it means they would have served this provincial council when they were in Form 4. Then they get re-elected when they are in Form 5. Then finally re-elected when they are in Form 6, which makes it 3 years. So the whole idea is to allow space for a number of students to be elected in the provincial council and also get coached and groomed in terms of these top-notch leadership skills. So as I come to a conclusion, let me ask you, what do you think about the High School Business Enterprise Program, which our Center for High School Business Enterprise is introducing, courtesy, of course, the innovation of our parent organization, which is Entrepreneurship Institute of Zimbabwe, for which I am the founder and lead consultant. So, let me encourage you. Join HSBE today. Let me take that again. Join HSBE today. What are you still waiting for? Now, here are the membership fees. Your school needs to join as a member, and the annual subscription fee is US $500 per year. $500 per year. Each student who is interested will also pay an annual subscription fee of US $250 per year. But guess what? There is an early bird annual subscription fee, which is a special offer to all our high schools as an institution. Instead of paying $500 for the first year, you will only pay $250 for your inaugural year. Similarly to our students, those that are interested, instead of paying $250 per year, you will only pay an amazingly discounted fee of US $30 for your first year. This is quite great. Even if when you look at $250, it is quite incredible when you look at the benefits, because take $250 into a year, split it, you are looking at about $21.50 per month. $21.50 per month, and you can't compare it with the skills that your child is going to acquire. Look at the entrepreneurial skills. Look at the business ventures that they are going to come out with. And also look at the leadership grooming. Look at the community development skills. Look at the key stakeholder networking that your child is going to go through. They are going to graduate from this high school business enterprise program, a much, much more mature student. And this is not the end of it. When they leave high school, when they graduate from the high school business enterprise program, guess what? They will now enter into what we call Varsity College Connections International. Yes, you heard that right. EIZ has set up the Center for High School Business Enterprise. This is a catch them young entrepreneurship and new venture creation coaching and mentorship program where we are capturing the Form 3s, the Form 4s, the Form 5s, and the Form 6. Once they graduate and leave the high school business enterprise program, we don't leave them. They will now join the Varsity College Connections International, which is a similar program for all college and university students who are interested in getting coached and mentored to start their own businesses. So, can you see? These students, high school students, are not going to be orphans. We are not going to orphan you. We're not going to leave you alone. So, for your 3 or 4 years at college or university, you will be in VCCI. And guess what? When you leave college, we are not going to leave you as orphans because you will then join what we call SBGZ. SBGZ stands for Small Business Gateway Zimbabwe. Small Business Gateway Zimbabwe, which is an umbrella body or a professional association of micro, small, and medium enterprise operators. So, can you see the logic? You are going to be introduced to the world of entrepreneurship whilst you are high school students. Once you are done, you get to Varsity College Connections International. And once you are done with tertiary education, you then become a bona fide member of SBGZ, Small Business Gateway Zimbabwe. And you'll be joining either as a Emerald Fellow, or you'll be joining as an SBGZ Sapphire Fellow, or you'll be joining as an SBGZ Diamond Fellow. I don't want this video to be unnecessarily long, but what I want you to know is we have structured it carefully in such a way that we are going to increasingly coach and mentor you in respect of entrepreneurship and new venture creation step by step with no steps missed or skipped, such that by the time you become a proud member of SBGZ, you will indeed have become a fully accomplished entrepreneur who is competent, confident, creative, and very conscious as a Zimbabwe, and yet at the same time demonstrating your excellency and competence, proficiency on the global market. We are particularly interested with entrepreneurs who remain Zimbabwean. Yes, you can go international. Yes, you can go global. But we want to see you actively participating in our national economy. We are not so much interested in grooming Zimbabwean entrepreneurs who, after 10 or so years, then suddenly they are bought. They are now Australians, they are now Americans, they are now Russians, they are now Chinese, and they are no longer contributing that much to our national economy. We are interested in grooming Zimbabweans who will become multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires, but very much visible in our national economy, giving back to other up and coming young entrepreneurs. I'm sure I have said quite a lot. So, with this, as I come to a conclusion, I'm saying, what are you still waiting for? Join high school business enterprise today. Get your high school, get your college, register, sign up for the High School Business Enterprise Program. If you are a parent, please encourage your child to enroll in the High School Business Enterprise Program. If you are a student, this program is for you. You can get a diploma, you can get a degree, but you are no longer guaranteed to secure employment. Secure a brighter future by enrolling in this High School Business Enterprise Program. Here are our contact details. Our email address is chsbe@sbgazim. chsbe@sbgazim. And our mobile number is +263 77 335 3800. +263 77 335 3800. And our website, you can see there, www.sbgazim.com. Otherwise, that's all from me, Dr. Charlie, TSBD, the Small Business Doctor. And I'm the lead consultant here at Center for High School Business Enterprises, and of course, the group lead consultant for all our brands, which is VCCI, EIZ, SBGZ, and SFS. As I come to a conclusion, I really value your feedback. Please put your feedback below. Let me know what you think about this video. What do you think about this innovation program? Please like this video, share it with all your colleagues, and above all, click the subscriber button so that you become the first to get notified each time I release videos like this. With that said, let me say thank you. Bye. I look forward to welcoming you on board this High School Business Enterprise Program. Your students, your college, together we can significantly build our economy. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. I really look forward to welcoming you on board the High School Business Enterprise Program. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us using the contact details that I gave you. +263 77 335 3800. Email address chsbe@sbgazim.com. The question is, don't you delay. Register for the High School Business Enterprise Program today. Sign up for your college. Sign up as a student. Sign up for your child. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to click subscribe. Bye-bye. 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 And the beauty about the High School Business Enterprise Program is that not only shall we be coaching you, we will also be running a number of competitions. And at the same time, as the Center for High School Business Enterprise, we will be reaching out to different key stakeholders in our community to help all our students mobilize the startup capital and other material resources they require to effectively and successfully start their own new businesses. I've said quite a lot. I'm excited. I can't wait to welcome you aboard. Bye-bye. Dr. Charlie, TSBD, the Small Business Doctor. I sign off. Bye.